Welcome to the Binge Eating Reset. You are now on step 13. In the previous videos, you learned how to notice the urge to eat, how to slow yourself down, how to step out of autopilot, and how to literally pause yourself before you automatically start eating again. But today, we're going to do something that works even earlier. Something before the urge becomes overwhelming. Because a lot of people only try to stop binge eating when the urge already feels extremely strong. And that's usually the moment where it starts to feel like a fight against yourself. Like you have to battle your own brain, your own emotions, your own habits. But what if you could catch it earlier? Before it gets that intense. Before it completely takes over. What if you already knew what you were going to do before the difficult moment even happens? That is exactly what we're going to practice today. Binge urges usually do not appear out of nowhere. Most of the time, there are patterns. Very specific moments. For example, late at night on the couch. After stress. After a long, exhausting day. After an argument. When things finally become quiet. Or sometimes, when you are simply tired and mentally drained. And very often, the exact same thing happens next. You walk toward the kitchen. You open a cabinet. You start looking for something. And before you even realize it, you're already eating again. Not because you are weak. Not because you have no discipline. But because your brain loves patterns. Your brain remembers what brought relief before. Even temporary relief. Your brain wants fast solutions. Fast comfort. Fast distraction. Fast relief. Fast soothing. So the moment a difficult feeling shows up, your brain automatically moves towards something that felt helpful before. And that is why binge urges can feel so automatic. Almost like your body is moving on its own. So today, we're going to do something extremely simple. Not a strict diet, not complicated rules, not perfection, just one small agreement with yourself. One small plan, an if-then plan. Which simply means, if this happens, then I do this first. For example, if I feel binge urges at night, then I make tea first. That's it. Very small, very simple, very practical. But that tiny pause can interrupt the autopilot pattern. Because most people try to make decisions in the middle of an intense urge. And during a strong urge, your brain works differently. In that moment, your brain mainly wants quick relief. Something fast, something comforting, something familiar. That is why deciding beforehand often works much better. Because the decision is already made before the difficult moment starts. And that means your brain does not have to fight as hard. You do not have to become perfect overnight. You only need to change the very first step. Not, I'm not allowed to eat. But, first, I do this. And that feels much calmer, much softer, much safer for your nervous system. Let me give you a few examples. If I feel stressed after work, then I sit down quietly for 2 minutes first. If I walk toward the kitchen, then I drink a glass of water first. If I get cravings on the couch at night, then I make tea first. If I want to open the cabinet, then I walk into another room first. If I feel the urge getting stronger, then I take 10 slow breaths first. Do you see what is happening here? You are not trying to instantly force the urge away. You are simply creating something between the urge and the automatic eating. And sometimes, those few seconds can change everything. And listen carefully to this part. Because this matters. This does not have to go perfectly. Not at all. Maybe afterward, you still eat something. That does not mean you failed. Because the goal of this exercise is not perfect control. The goal is awareness, creating space, pausing, becoming conscious of what is happening, not reacting completely automatically anymore. And the more often you practice that, the stronger this new pattern becomes. Slowly, step by step, think about this for a moment. When do your binge urges happen most often? Is it at night? After stress? When you are alone? When you feel overwhelmed? When you are exhausted? And what could your own, if-then, plan be? Keep it small, very small, because the smaller the step, the bigger the chance that you will actually do it. A lot of people believe change starts with discipline. But honestly, real change usually starts with preparation. With one small decision made before the difficult moment begins. Not waiting until you feel completely overwhelmed, but stepping in earlier, calmer, smarter, gentler. And that is exactly what you are learning here. Not fighting yourself, but helping yourself before things escalate. So today, try making one simple, if-then, plan. Something that feels realistic, something small enough to actually use. For example, if I feel binge urges tonight, Then I make tea first. That is enough. Really, small is powerful. This is part of the Binge Eating Reset, a free step-by-step series to help you break free from binge eating and emotional eating. And if you truly want freedom from this, subscribe and follow the series from the beginning. And in the next video, you'll discover why binge urges often get stronger when you are actually overstimulated, and what you really need in those moments instead.